Hi guys, welcome to Reensplace. It's Mini Food Monday, and today we are making meatloaf and mashed potatoes. So let's get started. I am preheating my oven right now, and let's get going on the meat. So, real quick, what I have here on my little island here, I have some of the things that I need to make my meatloaf. And let's just grab, again, the oven is preheating. I got my pan out. Let's grab my chopped meat. And, you know what, let's do the chopped meat first. We'll season it and then we'll add the other stuff to it. Okay. I'm going to put this in a larger bowl just because more room to mix. My large bowl. I'm going to put my chopped meat in there. Let's see what I have here. I'll just use a wooden spoon. Chop meat in. Okay, and I do a pretty simple meatloaf. Salt. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wait on the salt. You know what? I'll put a little salt in. I was going to say I have onion soup mix, which I like, but a little salt's not going to hurt. And then some black pepper. You know what? Let me turn you around this way. Hopefully I won't be putting my hand in front of the camera. I'm trying, but it's very hard with these small things. Okay, so some black pepper. I'm going to put those there because I'll be using them again. Then I have some parsley flake. And I could put that back away in here. As well as some onion soup mix. And to me, this is what makes it taste so good. So I'm going to put, okay, that feels good. Put that away. And finally, I'm going to use some breadcrumbs. These are Italian. If I had plain, I would do those. But this is what I have right now. Okay, and I'm going to swing you around and we will get some of the other things done. Okay, so let's swing around and see what else do we need for our meatloaf. Some ketchup. And we're going to need an egg. Okay. Okay, so back at it. Put the egg in first. Okay. And I got a little dirty there, so let me wipe off the counter off a little. Okay, and lastly, some ketchup. I think I took the wrong cap off. Okay. And again, this makes really good flavor and adds moisture. Okay, so we're going to put this away. And I'm going to mix this up. And I think I'm going to have to use my hands to get this mixed really well. So let's just try this for a minute. Again, my tiny oven, it heats to about 350 degrees. So I've already preheated it just so I could get a jump on that. And I think we might need a tiny bit more breadcrumbs. So I'm going to add those in. Okay. Now also, before we go any further, what I want to do is I want to take my baking pan I have a little napkin here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of butter. I don't know if you can see me working over here or not. I'm going to put a little bit of butter on my napkin, and I'm going to grease my pan a little bit. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so we need to finish doing this. And you know what I just forgot? One of my favorite things to add to meatloaf is I like to put some cheddar cheese in there. So we can do that in a second. But first, okay, I'm going to leave it like that for a second. Let me wipe my hands off camera here for a second. Okay, and now we need to get some cheddar cheese for this. Cheddar cheese. Over here, and I can cut right on here, but I'm trying to keep it nice, so I'm going to use my cutting board, and then keep my knives down here. And which one shall we try? We'll try that one. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to cut it in little chunks. I don't know if I'm going to need all of this, but I'm going to need most of it, I think. And so just cut it. Little blocks, or even like little shreds even. You can also grate this in, but I like to have a little bit of, I like to see it, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side because I'm going to need this again for my potatoes, because we're going to make real homemade mashed potatoes. And I'm going to get rid of this cheese for now. Don't think we're needing that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do this with my hands. Trying to keep one hand clean, so we'll see how successful that is. And if this is too much meat for one pan, I think we'll be fine. I was going to say we can do this in 2 shots, but I think it might be a little more. Let's see. Egg on my finger there. Okay, we're going to put this in our oven. I'm going to clean up my area here, and then we'll come back and we'll make the mashed potatoes. So let's get this in the oven. I have a clean finger, do I? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to pause the video, clean up my mess, and then when I come back, we will start on our potatoes. Okay guys, I've cleaned up my station. I brought this little piece of paper towel. I'm going to use this to peel my potatoes on, just so cleanup is a little quicker. So we need to find a potato peeler. And I've got some potatoes. And again, I don't have a working kitchen right now, so what I did get was I got a bowl of clean water that after I peel my potatoes, I can put them in there. So let's see if this, I don't feel like that's going to be good. So let me move this over here. We'll put it on the end of my counter here. Can you see that? It's right there. Okay. I'm not sure how many potatoes we need, so let's just do it. Yeah, this potato peeler is very hard to use, but we're going to do the best we can. I wonder if this would be faster with an actual knife. Let's see. I definitely am throwing potato skins all over the kitchen. Let me see if I have like a paring knife. I don't know how. Whoops. That fell. I don't know how sharp this knife is, so let's see. Oh, actually, that works 100 times better. This is going to be slow go. Can you see my, okay. Wasn't sure if you were actually seeing what I was doing. Good enough. Into the water. Next. Yeah, I'm not real happy with this potato peeler, to tell you the truth. But this knife is pretty sharp, so it makes it a little bit better. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I will finish peeling these off camera so that I don't bore you. Because I think I'm going to do like 4 more. So I'm going to pause here and I'll show you what I'm... Okay, we're back. I have my potatoes peeled and I have a pot of cool water and I have my cutting board. We're just going to chunk these up and get these onto boil so we can make some homemade mashed potatoes. I don't know if I like this knife, but let's see. We'll try it. It's okay. Not the best one. Okay. Yeah, that's horrible, actually. I'm going to have my husband sharpen that knife for me. Let's see if we got another one here that'll be any good. Oh, yeah, much better. Much, much better. It's going to be much quicker now. Okay. Some of these things I haven't used before today, so that's why I didn't know which knives are. I actually used the big cleaver before, but I didn't realize how dull it was because I've used it to cut things like cheese, like, you know, but for sure for vegetables, this one's way better. Okay. And I think I ended up doing 7 potatoes, if I'm not mistaken. Oops. Okay, so let's get this on the stove. Put a top on it. Let's give the, take a check on the meatloaf. I see a little bit of color change, but not much, so I will bring you back after, when the potatoes or the meatloaf is done, whichever finishes first. Okay guys, my potatoes are boiling. I think they're just about ready, and the meatloaf is starting to smell very good. I think we're just about there on the meatloaf. What I did want to say is that I decided I need a vegetable, so I'm going to, well, first let's check the potatoes. Stick this over here for a minute. Yeah, those are done. Okay, so what we're going to do, again, my sink is not functional at the moment. Hint, hint, Chuck. So we're going to drain these potatoes into a colander over a pot. So let's do that now. I'm going to need this pot again, so I'm not going to, let's see. Let me grab a little pot holder. And then we're going to put those potatoes back in their pot. And I'm going to get rid of this. And then, like I said, I need a vegetable. So I'm going to put my cast iron pan on to get hot. And we shall work on that as well. We'll just watch that. It's hot. It's kind of warm already, but let's, you know what, I'm just going to put them in now. How do you like that? We got a little olive oil in my pan. I'm going to move this around. You can tell the pan's not too hot because I'm able to still touch the handle. When I decided I was going to make beans, I put the pot on the other side here, which is like warming. It's not, you know, you can touch it, but it's not. And I went into, I got some green beans out because I feel like you definitely need, something when you have mashed potatoes and, okay. What else are we going to do here? And then let's just keep it simple and throw a little salt and pepper on them. And then we'll just let these go. Woo! We'll let these go while we get our potatoes together. A little pepper. And hopefully everything turns out around the same time. I hope we're not waiting on those beans, but I'm willing to risk it. Okay, so we're going to make mashed potatoes. So we're going to need some cream from the fridge. I'm going to take this spoon. This is my potato spoon. And then I'm going to need to get some things over here. I have some cream cheese, which I've been letting come to room temperature on my counter. So we have half and half cream cheese. And I'm going to use some butter. And this is going to make some delicious mashed potatoes. First in, cream cheese. Put that in there. Put it towards the bottom so it could start melting. Some butter in there. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. I feel like the key to really good mashed potatoes is that they have to be seasoned. Okay, I'm going to grab over here my potato masher. Let's make some potatoes. Okay. I'm going to turn this around so I can hold the handle. I hope you can see. This is a new potato masher, so I hope it works. And so far, it looks like it's doing a good job. I'm going to add a little bit of the half and half in there. That should just make mashing it a little bit easier. It's moving around. I'm trying to keep it on camera for you. So what do you guys like in your mashed potatoes? Do you add extra stuff? Some people put sour cream in theirs. I don't normally do that. This is like kind of the recipe that my husband likes, so I pretty much stick to it. We don't eat mashed potatoes that often, to be honest with you. I'm more likely to put potatoes in the oven and make some roasted potatoes than I am to make mashed potatoes. Let me check the... I'm going to stick that in there. They're looking good. They're looking like mashed potatoes. I'm going to add a little bit more of the half and half. And I'm only really doing that because I'm going to have to put these on the warming section of the oven to keep them hot while everything else finishes up. So I think those potatoes are done. I'm going to get the top back on those. Where did I put my top? Over here. Top back. Put it on there to stay warm. These are starting to make some noise. They're starting to sizzle, so I think those will be good. I'm going to put the top on this, put this away real quick into the fridge. Let's get this counter wiped off here. We'll use this for the green beans. And we can check on our, let's check on our meatloaf. Looking good. I think she's done. I'm going to grab some pinchers to get it out of there. I had it out, but I didn't feel like I could hold it very well. I didn't want to risk dropping it. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Now, if you like sauce on it, you could put sauce on it before you stick it in the oven. You could put sauce on it now if you wanted. I don't like mine like that. I kind of like it plain. So that's what I went for. But what we're going to do is we're going to let these beans keep going. And let's start getting the plate together, and then we'll add the beans at the very end. So I need, what do I need? A spatula. And a dinner plate. Now, I don't know if you guys have a favorite part of the meatloaf, but mine always is the end piece, is my favorite. Ooh, did you hear the crispy part? That is my absolute favorite part. It's super hard to get out. And you know what? This end piece is not going to be pretty. But it's still my favorite. Let's get some of these delicious mashed potatoes. Let me push this back a little bit. What do we need? We need a napkin. We need a fork and a knife. And lastly, we need some of these sauteed green beans. All right, there we go. What do we have? We have a meatloaf, homemade mashed potatoes, and some sauteed green beans. I think they look pretty good. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's taste it. That's the only thing left. I'm going to move the plate over a little bit this way so you can actually see. Let's try this meatloaf because I can't wait. It's pretty good. It tastes like my meatloaf. Some mashed potatoes. Oh, those are delicious. And a sauteed green bean. Those are very good as well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will join me next Monday for more Mini Foods Monday. If you haven't done so already, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and continue to watch my videos. Again, Mondays are Mini Food Mondays. But I'm also going to be putting out, I was going to do Wednesdays, but I think Thursdays might be better for my schedule. I'm going to do a regular recipe in my regular big kitchen. So I hope you join me for those as well. If you haven't done so, please hit the red subscribe button. Also, like and share these videos. That really does help the channel up a lot. And you can also put any comments below. I love reading the comments. So thanks again for watching. I hope I see you next week.